Hello everyone, I welcome you all once again back to the another interesting session on transition course from Sri Chaitanya Academy. This is Lalita Devi, senior math faculty, and coming to the today's class, we are just going to learn, we will just recap what we have learned in the coordinate geometry, and then after we will solve some more problems related to the coordinate geometry in overall. Okay, so now let's start recollecting what we have discussed in our previous classes in the coordinate geometry. So coming to the first one, we have discussed about Cartesian plane. Okay, so now here we discussed about the Cartesian plane. So where we discussed about the two of the axes which are nothing but your x-axis and y-axis, and the point of intersection of those axes is called origin, and the coordinates of the origin will be 0, 0. And then after we discussed about the coordinates, like what are the coordinates of the points that lie in the quadrants. So we know that coming to the quadrant 1, it will be of your plus comma plus, where x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. Okay, and now moving to the next, what about the coordinates of the quadrant 2? So coordinates of the quadrant 2 will be your minus comma plus. It means x will be less than 0 and y will be greater than 0. Okay, and coming to the coordinates of quadrant 3 will be minus comma minus. It means x less than 0 and y is also less than 0. And coming to the next one, coordinates of the quadrant 4. So we will be having the positive x and the negative y. So it becomes your x greater than 0 and y less than 0. Now coming to the Cartesian plane, whenever we are talking about the two axes, both x-axis and y-axis. Okay, now what is the equation of the x-axis will be? So equation of the x-axis will become your y equals to 0. Why? Because whatever the points we will be having on the x-axis, so for all those points we will be having the y coordinate as the 0. Okay, so for that reason the equation of the x-axis will become y equals to 0. In the same way, for the points that lie on the y-axis, we will be having the x coordinate as the 0. It becomes our x coordinate is equals to 0. Now moving to the next important formula that we learned is the distance formula, that is given by distance between the 2 points is given by x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And now the extension of this, we have learned about distance between an origin and a point P which of x comma y. Then what it will become? Root of x square plus y square. Okay, and if you are having your y coordinate 0, like just consider a which is of x1 comma 0 and b which is of x2 comma 0. Then what is your distance will become? Distance will become x2 minus x1 whole square plus 0 minus 0, which is nothing but your 0 square. So from there you will get x2 minus x1 whole square. Square and root will get cancelled. So finally we can write here x2 minus x1. Okay, so here we can write x2 minus x1. So what if we are having our x coordinates are 0? So that becomes a which is of 0 comma y1 and b which is of 0 comma y2. Okay, which is equals to your y2 minus y1. Clear? Now coming to the next, we have discussed about the section formula. So when we are going to use the section formula, so section formula will be used to find the coordinates of your point that divides the line segment joining the two given points in the ratio of m is to n, and it is given by mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n for your x coordinate and my2 plus ny1 by m plus n for your y coordinate. Now what is the extension of the section formula? So coming to the extension, we discussed about midpoint, which is dividing the line segment into the two equal parts. So therefore we can get the midpoint using the formula of x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, now moving to the next, what is the another important point when we discussed about the section formula? That is nothing but your point of trisection. Clear? Point of trisection. So it means we are having a point which is dividing our line segment in the ratio of 2:1 Okay, or you can take 1:2. Clear? If we are having a point which is dividing our line segment in the ratio of 2:1 or 1:2, then we will be considering it as the point of trisection. And another point we are having with respect to the distance. What is that point? If ABC are collinear points. So coming to the distance, we will be discussing on same line. Okay, ABC lie on same line. So now what we will get? We can use the conditions of AB plus BC equals to AC and AC plus CB equals to complete AB and BC plus CA equals to, or you can take BC plus CA will be completely equals to your AB only, right? Yes. So we will be considering of our three conditions. So this becomes your BC. So BC in the sense we will be getting AB plus BC. So BC plus BA will be giving you BC. Okay. So when we are talking about the collinear points, we will be considering the three of the conditions. You have to verify whether any of the condition is satisfied or not. Okay. Now coming to the second part, we discussed about the area of the triangle, where we will be having the different formulas to find the area of the triangle, where the basic formula is your half into base into height, and then after we are going to use the Heron's formula if they gave the three sides of the triangle, and if they gave in the form of the coordinates of the points, then we will use the formula of cyclic order, where we will be having x1 y2 y3, 1 2 3, once again 2 3 1 and 3 1 2. Clear? Now coming to the next, with the help of the trigonometric ratios, it will be given by half AB sin C. Understood everyone? Now coming to the next, we discussed about the slope. Slope is nothing but the tangent of the inclination of your line with respect to the positive x-axis. It means, so this is our Cartesian plane and we are having a line which is having an inclination of theta with our positive x-axis. Okay, now for this inclination, if you take the tangent, then it becomes your slope. Okay, and other form of the another name of the slope will be the gradient, and slope will be given by your basic formula m equals to tan theta. Okay, and if they give the 2 points and if they ask you to find the slope, we can find the slope with the help of y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, and from there we will be having the two applications where we can say about the whether lines are the perpendicular lines or the parallel lines. So the lines will be parallel if we are having the slopes are equal, and the lines will be perpendicular if we are having the product of slopes equals to -1. Okay, now moving to the next. So coming to the final part of the coordinate geometry, we discussed about the various forms of the straight line, like various forms of representing a straight line, like equations. The general equation we will be using of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. And if they gave you the slope and if they gave that the line is passing through the one point, then we can use the point slope form. And if they gave the 2 points that lie on the same line, then we can use the 2-point form in order to find the equation of the straight line. And if they gave the slope and the intercept of the line, like if they gave the y-intercept, we will use the y-intercept formula, and if they gave the x-intercept, then we will use the x-intercept formula. Okay, and if they give both the intercepts, like your a and b, like your x and y intercepts, then we can use our intercept form, which is nothing but your x by a plus y by b equals to 1. Understood? Now coming to the extension of these, we will be having the distance between your perpendicular distance of your point x comma y from a line ax plus by plus c will be given by modulus of ax1. So you can take this is x1 and this is y1. So ax1 plus by1 plus c by root of a square plus b square. Okay, so now coming to the another application, we have distance between the parallel lines. distance between parallel lines. So how can we find the distance between parallel lines? We are having the parallel lines in the form of ax1 plus. So we will be having the x and y will be same. So ax plus by plus c1 and ax plus by plus c2. Okay. Then distance will be given by mod of c2 minus c1 by root of a square plus b square. Okay. These two we can take as the applications that we can get from the various forms of equations of the straight line. Okay. Now moving to the first question. If the order center of the triangle formed by the lines y equals to x plus 1 and y equals to 4x minus 8 and y equals to mx plus c is at 3 comma minus 1, then value of m minus c is. So here they gave the three sides of the triangle and they gave the order center also. Now they are asking us to find what will be the value of m minus c. So how can we get the order center? So order center we will be getting, so by taking the point of intersection of the perpendiculars, right? Now let's take the diagram A, B and C. Clear? Now coming to here, y equals to x plus 1, y equals to 4x minus 8 and y equals to mx plus c. Okay. Now if you observe here clearly, if you find your b and c, like if you find the coordinates of b or c, then you will get the value of your m and c, right? For that reason what we need to find, first of all we will try to find out the order center, but here already they gave the order center which is of your 3 comma minus 1. Okay. Now if you take the perpendiculars, so this is my perpendicular and this is my perpendicular. Clear? And this will become your another perpendicular. So where these points will intersect to give you the order center of 3 comma 1. Understood? Now how can we get the point B? So we can get the point B because it is the intersection of your perpendicular of line L2. So let's name the lines so that you can get the clear idea. So coming to here, it will be of your L1 and it will be the L2 and it will be the L3. Okay. Now point B is the intersection of L2, perpendicular bisector of L2 and the L3. Okay. And coming to here, we got the line means we can find whatever the required point. And now coming to the next, if you take the point of intersection of the perpendicular for this line and the side AC, then you will get the point C. Okay. So now we can find the perpendicular bisector for our L1. So now perpendicular bisector for L1 is, so we will be having y equals to x plus 1. So from this what is your m value? M value will become your minus 1, right? So now coming to here, so m equals to minus 1. So what is the perpendicular line will become? Already they gave our order center which is nothing but 3 comma 1. 3 comma 1 lies on the perpendicular bisector. Why? Because it is the order center. So now we are having the slope and we are having the 1 point. So from there we can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. Okay. M is nothing but your minus 1. Why? Because for these we are having m1 equals to plus 1 and these two are the perpendicular. So m1 into m2 equals to minus 1. So m1 equals to plus 1. 1 into m2 equals to minus 1. So from there we got m2 equals to minus 1. Okay. So now coming to here and we are having the point which is of 3 comma 1. Clear? So now we are having a point 3 comma 1 and we are having the slope. Now what the equation will become? Y minus 1 equals to minus 1 into x minus 3. So that becomes your y minus 1 equals to minus x plus 3. So minus x plus 3 minus 1. So minus x you can take crossing equals to. So that becomes your plus x. And here it will be of your minus 3. So plus y minus 1 equals to 0. So x plus y minus 4 equals to 0. This is the equation we got for the perpendicular of your L1. Now coming to the next, let's take the perpendicular of L2. So what will be the perpendicular of L2? So perpendicular of L2 will be y equals to 4x minus 8. From this, what is the slope? Slope will become your, compare this with y equals to mx plus c. From there you will get your m1 equals to 4. So we will be having m1 into m2 equals to minus 1. From there m2 equals to minus 1 by m1. So which is nothing but minus 1 by 4. Now perpendicular to L2 will become, so where m2 equals to minus 1 by 4. Okay. And the point is the 3 comma 1. So now that becomes y minus 1 equals to minus 1 by 4 into x minus 3. That becomes 4y minus 4 equals to minus x plus 3. So that becomes your x minus 3 minus 4. So x plus 4y minus 3 minus 4 minus 7 equals to 0. Okay. Now coming to here, just consider this is your perpendicular 1 and this is your perpendicular 2. Okay. Now if you see, if you observe here, L1 and P2 will intersect to give you the point B. Okay. So L1 and P2 intersect to give the point, to get point B. Okay. Now what is our L1? Y equals to x plus 1. And what is our P2? P2 is nothing but your x plus y. So P2 will be your perpendicular for your y equals to 4x minus 8. That becomes your x plus 4y. So x plus 4y minus 7 equals to 0. Okay. Now if you substitute that, then you will get x plus 4 into x plus 1 minus 7 equals to 0. That becomes your x plus 4x plus 4 minus 7 equals to 0. So that becomes 5x minus 3 equals to 0, x equals to 3 by 5. Okay. So now take your x value and place it in your y value. So here it is the minus 1 and 3 and minus 1. So here it will become plus 1 and here it will be also your plus 1 and here it is the plus 1 and plus 4 minus 3. So that becomes your plus 1. So here clearly the point is the minus 1. So that becomes y plus 1 and plus 1 and minus 3. So here it is the plus 1 and here it is also plus 3. Plus 3 crossing equals to will become minus 3 and minus 3 plus 1 minus 2. So minus 3 plus 1. So minus 2. Here the perpendicular will become minus 2 and here it is also y plus 1 equals to minus 1 by 4. 3 of minus 1. So y plus 4 and here 4 minus 3 will give you 1. So here it will become 1. Now that becomes your 4 minus 1. So here it will become your x plus 4 into x plus 1 minus 1 equals to 0. So x plus 4x plus 4 minus 1 equals to 0. So here it is the plus 1 and plus 1 and plus 1 equals to 0. So 5x plus 5 equals to 0 and 5x, from there you will get x equals to minus 1. Now if you keep x equals to minus 1 here, then we got y equals to 0. Clear everyone? So here if you consider, so we got the coordinates of the B. So coordinates of the B we got as the minus 1 comma 0. Clear? Now if you observe here clearly, if we take y equals to 0, we are having one point, right? So from this if you observe y equals to 0. Okay. Now what is the equation of the third line, which is nothing but your y equals to mx plus c. So if you need to find the equation of the third line, then you can go for the point C also. So how can we get the point C? So we can get the point C by taking the intersection of your L2 and P1. So L2 and P1 intersect to get C. Okay. So now L2 will be your y equals to 4x minus 8 and your P1 will be your x plus y minus 2 equals to 0. Okay. Now y equals to 4x minus 8. So x plus 4x minus 8 minus 2 equals to 0. Now 5x minus 10 equals to 0, and from this x will be equals to your 2. If you take your x value and keep it in the y, then you will get y equals to 0. Okay. Now we got our C, which is nothing but C coordinates are of your 2, 0. Clear? So we got the coordinates of the B and coordinates of the C. So you can apply the 2-point form and you will get your required line. So that becomes your y minus. So if I am taking which is nothing but your BC, then y minus 0 by 0 minus 0, which is equals to x minus 2 by 2 plus 1. Okay. So here you will be getting the 0. Understood? Why? Because here it is 0 and so we will get y equals to 0. It means our m value is 0 and c value will be also 0. So finally we will be getting m minus c equals to 0. Clear everyone? So this is how we are going to solve if they gave any problem that is related to your orthocenter. Now let's solve the next one. Let ABC be the triangle such that the equations of the line AB and AC are 3y minus x equals to 2 and x plus y equals to 2 respectively, and the points B and C lie on x-axis. If P is the orthocenter of the triangle ABC, then the area of the triangle PBC is equals to. Now, if you observe here clearly, they gave the two of the sides AB and AC and they are saying that B and C lie on x-axis. Now, let's find what is the orthocenter of the triangle ABC. So, coming to here, let's take the triangle ABC, A, B and C. Now, AB side will be taken as 3y minus x equals to 2 and AC will be taken as x plus y equals to 2. Okay. Now, B lies on x-axis and C lies on x-axis. So, if you observe here clearly, B lies on the x-axis, okay, and here 3y minus x equals to 2. On this line also we will be having our point B, right? So now what are the coordinates of point B will become? So it lies on the x-axis. So B lies on x-axis. If we are having a point on x-axis, then its y coordinate equals to 0. Now y into 0 minus x equals to 2. It becomes your x equals to minus 2. It means the coordinates of B will be minus 2, 0. Clear? Now moving to the next. If you observe, C is the point which lies on the x-axis and at the same time C lies on the side AC also. C lies on x-axis. So we will be having our y coordinate equals to 0. Now we will get the coordinates of the C as x plus 0 equals to 2. So from there we got x equals to 2 and the coordinates of C will be 2, 0. Okay. So we got the coordinates of the B, which is nothing but your minus 2, 0 and coordinates of the C, which is nothing but your 2, 0. Clear? Now we need to find the orthocenter because they are asking us to find the area of the triangle which is formed with the PBC. Okay. So how can we find the orthocenter? So if you observe here clearly the perpendicular. So here I am taking my, so same, this is my L1 and this is my L2. Perpendicular of your L1 is passing through your point C and perpendicular of your L2 is passing through your point B. Okay. Now, so this is your perpendicular 1 and this is your perpendicular 2. Clear? Now coming to here, we can find the perpendicular 1. So we can write for perpendicular 1, we will be having the slope 3y minus x equals to 2. From this we can take 3y equals to x plus 2, where y equals to x by 3 plus 2 by 3. So from there we got our m equals to, what is the m here? M will be your 1 by 3. So from there m1 and m2 will become, so minus 1 by 1 by 3, that becomes your minus 3. Okay. So we got the perpendicular. So for the perpendicular 1, we got the slope as the minus 3, and we will be having one of the point which is nothing but your c of 2 comma 0. Now y minus 0 is equals to minus 3 into x minus 2. Okay. So y equals to minus 3x plus 6. So that becomes 3x plus y minus 6 equals to 0. This is your perpendicular 1. Now moving to the perpendicular 2. So for perpendicular 2, line L2 will be x plus y equals to 2. And from there we will be getting y equals to minus x plus 2. From there m1 equals to minus 1. And from there you will get m2 equals to minus 1 by minus 1. So it will become 1. Okay. Now we will be taking the point B, which is of minus 2 comma 0. So point B, which is of minus 2 comma 0. So perpendicular will be y minus 0 equals to 1 into x minus of minus 2, which is nothing but x plus 2. So x minus y plus 2 equals to 0. Okay. Now just simplify them. So you will get, so this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. If you simplify it, 3x plus y minus 6 equals to 0 and x minus y plus 2 equals to 0. Now if you add them, so 4x cancel, minus 4 equals to 0, and from there you will get x equals to 1. So now place x equals to 1 in any of the equation. So 1 plus 2, 3. So 3 minus y equals to 0. So y equals to 3. Okay. Now the coordinates of point P will become 1 comma 3. Clear? So now we are having the coordinates of the triangle PBC. So P is of 1 comma 3 and B is of minus 2 comma 0 and C is of 2 comma 0. Now we can apply the formula in order to find the area of the triangle, right? So which is nothing but your area will be given by half mod of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. Okay. If you simplify it, see how can we take the x1, x2, x3 means here they gave the order of the triangle as the PBC. Now the coordinates of P will become your x1 comma y1 and B will become your x2 comma y2. So now place the values in your area formula and from there you will get the area of the triangle PBC. Okay. Now moving to the next. Let the three sides of your triangle are on the lines 4x minus 7y plus 10 equals to 0 and x plus y equals to 5 and 7x plus 4y equals to 15. Then the distance of its ortho center from the ortho center of the triangle formed by the lines x equals to 0, y equals to 0 and x plus y equals to 1 is. See, here if you observe, coming to the first triangle, so whatever the three sides they gave for the first triangle, from there we can get the one conclusion. So here we can take triangle 1, which is having the sides of 4x minus 7y plus 10 equals to 0 and next x plus y equals to 5 and 7x plus 4y equals to 15. Okay, let's find the slopes for individual sides. It becomes your, so minus 7y equals to, you can take your 7y to that side. So 7y equals to 4x plus 10 and from there y equals to 4 by 7, x plus 10 by 7. Okay. Now what is the m1 will be? m1 will be 4 by 7. Clear? Now for the second one. So y equals to minus x plus 5. So m2 will be your minus 1. Understood? Now moving to the third one. So coming to the third one, it will become your 4y equals to minus 7y plus 15. Now y equals to minus 7 by 4 into, so here it is the x, into x plus 15. Okay, from these m3 will be equals to minus 7 by 4. Now, if you observe clearly, we will be having our m1 which is the 4 by 7 and m2 which is the minus 1 and m3 minus 7 by 4. So, how can we get an idea that we need to find the slopes? Means, here they are saying that we need to find the distance of other center of the first triangle to the other center of the second triangle. So, in order to find the other center also, we need the perpendiculars, right? We need the altitudes. For that, we need to find the slope. Okay. So, here I got my slopes of the, slope of the three of the lines as the 4 by 7, minus 1 and minus 7 by 4. Now, if you observe here clearly, what is the value of m1 into m3? So, m1 into m3 will be 4 by 7 into minus 7 by 4. Okay, 4 will get cancelled. So, here we got as the minus 1. It means what? The product of slopes of the first side and the third side we got as the minus 1. It means those two are the perpendicular. It means here we will get the triangle. So, triangle we will be having, so A and B and C. Okay. So, now here it will be of your 4x minus 7y plus 10 equals to 0. This is the one side, and another side will become your 7x plus 4y equals to 15. And this side will become your x plus y equals to 5. Okay. Now, this is the right angle triangle. So, other center will be at the vertex where we are having the 90 degrees. So, A will become your ortho center. Okay. So, how can we find the ortho center here? So, if you simplify, like if you solve these two equations, then you will get the vertices, coordinates of the vertex A. Okay. Now, for vertex A, we are going to solve these two, these two sides. That becomes your, just multiply your first one with 7. So, 28x minus 49y plus 70 equals to 0. And next multiply this with 4. 28x plus 16y, and that becomes your minus 60 equals to 0. And now to the subtraction, and here it will be of your plus. It will get cancelled, and here it will become minus 65y and plus 130 equals to 0. Now y equals to 2. Okay. So, we need to find the coordinates of the A. Why? Because here it is the right angle triangle, and we know that the center of your right angle triangle is at the vertex where we are having the 90 degrees. Now, y we got as the 2. So, place that in any of the equation. So, 4x minus 14 plus 10 equals to 0. So, I am placing in the first side. So, 7 2s are 14. Now, minus 14 plus 10, 4x minus 4 equals to 0. So, x equals to 1. So, how we got the x equals to 1? 4x minus 4 crossing equals to plus 4, and 4 will get cancelled, and x equals to 1. So, we got one of the ortho center as the, which is of 1, 2. Okay. Now, moving to the ortho center of the second triangle. So, for the triangle 2. So, if you observe for the triangle 2, what are the equations they give? X equals to 0, y equals to 0. So, x equals to 0 means y axis, and y equals to 0 means x axis we are having, and from there we are having one of the line which is nothing but your x plus y equals to 1. Clear everyone? So, here x equals to 0 and here y equals to 0. Now, what is the point of intersection of these two lines? These two lines will be intersecting at the origin which is of 0, 0. Right? Now, if you observe here clearly, this is also forming a right angle triangle. So, now the vertex where we are having the 90 degrees will become your ortho center. So, now origin O is the ortho center, and with the coordinates of 0, 0. Okay. Now, distance between origins will, ortho centers will be distance between ortho centers A which is of 1, 2 and O which is of 0, 0 is. So, now the orthocenter will become, yes, now the orthocenters we got as the A which is of 1, 2 and O which is of 0, 0. So if it was one of the vertex was your origin, then we can take the distance like root of A square plus B square. So that becomes your 1 square plus 2 square. So which is nothing but your root of 1 plus 4. So that becomes your root 5. So the distance between two orthocenters will be root 5. Okay. So this is how we are going to simplify if they gave the any problem which is related to the orthocenter. Now moving to the next. Let alpha comma beta, gamma comma delta belongs to the Z. It means integers, and let A which is of alpha comma beta and B which is of 1 comma 0 and C which is of gamma comma delta and D which is of 1 comma 2 be the vertices of the parallelogram ABCD. If the side AB equals to root 10 and the points A and C lie on the line 3y equals to 2x plus 1, then 2 of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta is, we need to find the value of 2 of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. So any idea regarding this? So here they mentioned that ABCD is the parallelogram. So just try to remember what are the properties of the parallelogram, and from there we will get the required values. Now here we are taking the parallelogram. Okay. Yes, A, B, C and D. They gave the vertices of A which is of alpha comma beta and B which is of 1 comma 0 and C which is of gamma comma delta and D which is of 1 comma 2. Now if you observe here clearly, they gave that AB value which is nothing but your root 10. Okay, and they gave that A and C will lie on the will lie on the line 3y equals to 2x plus 1. Okay, now coming to here, if I am taking the diagonals, so I am taking my diagonal AC and I am taking my diagonal BD. Now for the parallelogram, diagonals will bisect each other. It means we will be having the midpoint, right? So coming to here, the midpoint will be same for our two of the diagonals. So that becomes your alpha plus gamma by 2 equals to 1 plus 1 by 2. Okay. So our x coordinates, that means your alpha plus gamma by 2 equals to 1 plus 1 by 2. And next your coming to here, beta plus delta by 2 equals to your y coordinate sum. So that becomes your 2 plus 0 by 2. So 2 will cancel and 2 will cancel. So alpha plus gamma equals to 2 and beta plus delta equals to 2. Okay. So we need to find the value of 2 into alpha plus beta whole plus beta, gamma plus delta. So what is the value will become 2 into alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. Okay. So now just rearranging the terms, 2 into alpha plus gamma, okay, plus beta plus delta. That becomes your 2 into alpha plus gamma value is 2 and beta plus delta value is 2. So that becomes your 2 into 4 which is nothing but your 8. Okay. It's just a simple logic we can apply, and if you want you can take the points A and C on the line and then you can simplify, and from there you will get your alpha beta values. But instead of that we can apply the property of the parallelogram, and from there we will get the required alpha beta and gamma delta. Okay, instead of taking the values individually, we are taking their sum and we are substituting in the required value. Now moving to the next. If alpha comma beta is the orthocenter of the triangle ABC with vertices of A of 3 comma minus 7 and B of minus 2 comma minus 1 comma 2 and C of 4 comma 5, then 9 alpha minus 6 beta plus 60 is equal to, so they gave that alpha comma beta is the orthocenter. Okay, now let's just represent whatever the given data on the diagram, like on the triangle. So coming to here, if you take A, B and C, now A value is the 3 comma minus 7 and B value is the minus 1 comma 2 and C value is the 4 comma 5. Okay, now we need to find the orthocenter. So in order to find the other center, first of all we need the slope, right? If you know the slope and if you know the point that we are having on that line, from there you will get the perpendiculars. Like from there you will get the altitudes. And if you simplify those, if you solve those two altitudes, then you will get your orthocenter. Now, what is the slope of the BC will become? So slope of BC will be equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, right? That becomes your 5 minus 2 by 4 minus of minus 1. So 3 by 5. Okay. So 5 minus 2 by 4 minus of minus 1, which is nothing but your plus 5. Plus 1. So we got 3 by 5. Now the slope of these line is the 3 by 5. Okay. Now what about the slope of the perpendicular will become? So slope of the perpendicular will become minus 5 by 3. Clear? So minus 5 by 3. Understood? Now we got the slope of the one of the perpendicular and we are having a point that lies on that perpendicular. Now moving to the next. Let's take slope of AB. Okay. Slope of AB you can take or slope of AC also you can take. That becomes your minus 1 minus of minus 7 by, so coming to your x coordinates, so y coordinates, so that becomes your 2 minus of minus 7 by minus 1 minus 3, that becomes your 2 plus 7 9 by minus 4. Okay, so that becomes your minus 9 by 4. So here we will be having the minus 9 by 4. So 2 minus of minus 7 9 and 3 minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. So we got minus 9 by 4. Fine. So now moving to here, the perpendicular will be having the slope of, so it was of your m1 and it was of your 1 by minus 9 by 4. That becomes your minus 1 by minus 9 by 4. Minus minus will get cancelled. So you will get 4 by 9 and here also minus 5 by 3. Okay. So we got the slopes and we are having the points that lie on our perpendiculars. So coming to the first perpendicular. So perpendicular 1 is having the slope is of m1 which is of minus 5 by 3 and the point is of 3 comma minus 7. Okay. Now simplify it. Y minus y1, so that becomes your y plus 7 equals to minus 5 by 3 into x minus 3. Okay. Now coming to here, 3y plus 21 equals to minus 5x and minus into minus plus 5 3s are 15. Now 5x plus 3y and plus 15 crossing equals to minus 15. So 21 minus 15 will give you 6 equals to 0. This is your perpendicular 1. Okay. Now let's solve for the perpendicular 2. So for the perpendicular 2 we will be having our slope m2 which is of 4 by 9 and the point is the C which is of 4 comma 5, right? Now it will become your y minus 5 equals to 4 by 9 into x minus 4. So that becomes your 9y minus 45 equals to 4x minus 16. Now 4x minus 9y. Okay. So here it is of your 4x minus 9y. So 4x minus 9y and minus 16 and here it will become your plus 45. Okay. So that becomes your 29. So plus 29 which is equals to 0. So we got the perpendicular 1 and perpendicular 2. So it means we got the altitude. So simplify them, you will get your orthocenter. So I can multiply my P1 multiplied with 3. So that becomes your 15x plus 9y plus 18 equals to 0. Okay, this is the 9y. And coming to your P2 will be written as 4x minus 9y plus 29 equals to 0. Okay, so we'll get cancelled. So we got here doing addition only. So 19x plus So it was of your 7, 47 equals to 0. So x is of 47 by 90. Okay. Now place that value in any of the equation in order to get your y value. Clear? And from there we got our alpha and beta values. And I hope you can find the alpha and beta values, and you can find the required 9 alpha minus 6 beta plus 60. Okay, so now here I am ending this question, and you can do it as your homework by finding your y value, like by finding your beta value. Clear? Now moving to the next. If alpha comma beta is the centroid of the triangle formed by the lines 15x minus y equals to 82 and 6x minus 5 equals to minus 4 and 9x plus 4y equals to 17, then alpha plus 2 beta and 2 alpha minus beta are the roots of the equation. So here they gave that alpha comma beta is the centroid. So we know the simple formula to find the centroid. So first of all we need to take what are the sides of the triangles they gave. So coming to here, we are taking the order ABC with 15x minus y equals to 82 and next 6x minus 5y equals to minus 4 and 9x plus 4y equals to 17. Okay. Now if you observe here clearly, if you solve your AB and AC, you will be getting your point A. I mean vertex A. Okay. And if you are solving your AB and BC, you will be getting the vertex B. And in the same way, if you solve the AC and BC, you will be getting the point C. Now let's solve them. So coming to here, 4 times of your AB can be given as 60x minus 4y minus, equals to 4 8s are 32 and 4 2s are 8, 328. And your AC can be written as 9x plus 4y equals to 17. Okay, do the addition. So 69x, which is equals to your 15 345. Now x equals to 345 by 69. Okay, so now if you do 69, we'll cancel 345 for 5 times. Okay, now x we got as the 5. What about the y value? So in order to find the y value, we can place the x value in any of the side. So x equals to 5 in 9 into 5 plus 4y equals to 17. So now it becomes 4y equals to 45 minus 45 plus 17. Okay, so minus 45 plus 17, 25, 28. So 4y equals to 28. From there we will get y equals to 7. Okay, so this is your minus 28. So this becomes your minus 7. So x we got as the 5 and y we got as the minus 7. So what are the coordinates of the A will be? So A will be having the 5 comma minus 7. Okay, now let's solve for the B. So coming to the point B, we will be solving the 15x. So we can eliminate the y. So multiply your AB with 5. So 5 into AB will give you 5 into 15. So that becomes your 75. X minus 5y equals to 10 and it was of 40. 410. Okay. So now moving to the next one is your BC. If you write, then you will be having 6x minus 5y, which is equals to your minus 4. Okay, now just do the subtraction so that signs will change. So here it will be of your minus and here it will be the plus and here it will be the plus. So 75 minus 6, so that becomes your 69. X which is equals to 360, 414. Okay, now x equals to 414 by 69. Clear? So 9 6 are, so that becomes your, so if you do the calculation, 4 and 5 36, yes, so that becomes your 6. Okay, So x equals to 6 we got. So place that in the equation. So we will get the y. So that becomes your x equals to 6 in 6x minus 5y equals to minus 4. Okay. So 6 into 6 minus 5y equals to minus 4. Now here it will become 36 plus 4 equals to 5y. So 5y equals to 40. Now y equals to 8. Okay. So what are the coordinates of the B? We got 6, 8. So B we got as the 6, 8. Now solve these two equations for our point C. Now coming to the point C, we will be taking our, so 5 into AC will give you 45x plus 20y equals to, so 17 into 5. Correct only? Yes, 85. Next, moving to the next one, for the BC, we will be multiplying it with 4. So that becomes your 4 into BC, that becomes your 4 6 are 24x minus 20y equals to minus 60. Now do the addition. So that becomes your 69x and 85 minus 60. 9 and so that becomes your 69. So x equals to 1. Okay. So if you place x equals to 1 in 9x plus 4y equals to 17. Okay. So that becomes your 9 plus 4y equals to 17. So that becomes your 4y equals to 8 and y equals to 2. Clear? Now we got the coordinates of the C as 1, 2. Clear? Now we need to find the centroid of the ABC. So we can find centroid easily, right? Centroid will be given by taking the formula which is of x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. So that becomes your 6 plus 5 plus 1 by 3. And next minus 7 plus 8 plus 2 by 3. Okay. So that becomes your 12 by 3, comma, and here it was your 1 plus 2, 1. I mean here it will be of your 3 by 3. So that becomes here 4 by 1. Okay. So we got the centroid value which is nothing but your 4, 1. It means alpha value is 4 and beta value is 1. Okay. Now they are asking us to find the quadratic equation that is having alpha plus 2 beta and 2 alpha minus beta are the roots. Now alpha plus 2 beta will become, alpha value is 4 and beta value is 1. So 4 plus 2 into 1. Okay. So that becomes your 6. Now moving to the next, they are asking the 2 alpha minus beta. So 2 alpha minus beta. So it means 2 into 4, 8. Okay. Minus 1. So which is nothing but your 7. Now coming to here, these two are the roots. Okay. So alpha plus 2 beta is the one of the root and 2 alpha minus beta is the another root. Now we need to find the equation that is having these two roots. Now find the product, sum of roots. So sum of roots will be equals to 6 plus 7, okay, which is equals to your 13, and product of roots equals to 6 into 7, which is nothing but your 6 sevens are 42. Okay. Now the equation will become x square minus 13x plus 42 equals to 0. Understood? So now this is the quadratic equation which is having the roots as the alpha plus 2 beta and 2 alpha minus beta. Okay. Now moving to the next, let C of alpha comma beta is the circumcenter of the triangle formed by the lines 4x plus 3y equals to 69 and 4y minus 3x equals to 17 and x plus 7y equals to 61. Now find the value of alpha minus beta whole square plus alpha plus beta is equals to. So they gave the sides of the triangle and they are asking us to find the alpha and beta values, and from there we will find what is the required value, which is nothing but your alpha minus beta whole square plus alpha plus beta. Okay. So this is very simple. Like in our previous case we found the orthocenter, like that we will be finding the circumcenter also. So how can we find the circumcenter? Means So take same triangle which is of your ABC with the sides of 4x plus 3y equals to 69, and next 4y minus 3x equals to 17, x plus 7y equals to 61. Okay, we are having these three equations. Now simplify them in order to get your ABC. Understood? So after getting your ABC, let's consider S is your circumcenter. Okay, so how can we find the coordinates of this circumcenter? So we will be having our SA, which is nothing but our radius, circumradius, that will be equals to your SB also. Now if you equate these two values and if you simplify, you will be getting your alpha comma beta. Clear everyone? So for this, no need to get the three of the vertices. For this we can get only two vertices, which is of your A and B. Now coming to here, in order to get the point A, we are going to solve these two equations. So now 4x plus 3y equals to 69, and now multiply this with 4. So 4x plus 28y equals to 61 into 4, 4 and 2, 24. Okay, now let's do the subtraction. Minus and minus and minus. Okay, so minus 25y equals to 244 minus 69. So 14 minus 9 will be 5, and here it will be the 23. So 13 minus 6, which is nothing but your 175. Okay, so that becomes your 175 minus, and y equals to so which is nothing but your 7. Clear? So if you do the calculation, you will be getting your y value as the 7. Now place that y value in any of the equation. So x plus 7 into 7 equals to 61. Now x equals to 61 minus 49. So 50, 12. So x we got as the 12. Okay, points of the A are 12 comma 7. Now we will be simplifying these two equations in order to get our point B. Okay, so now coming to here, so we will be taking, yes, so we got at the points of the A, which is nothing but your 12 comma 7. Now coming to the B, so we are having your 4x plus 3y equals to 69, and next we will be having 4y minus 3x, which is equals to 17. If you just rewrite this, we will be having, so multiply this with, you can eliminate whether x or y, into 3, so 12x plus 9y 7, so 18 plus 2, 20, 207, and coming to the second equation will be multiplied with 4, so minus 12x plus 16y, which is equals to 4 7s are 28, 8 and 68. Now if you simplify them, we will be having 25y, which is equals to 15, 275. Now y equals to 8, 11. Okay, so we got y equals to 11. Now place that here. So 44 minus 3x equals to 17. So 3x equals to 44 minus 17, 23 and 27 you will get. So 3x equals to 27, and from there x equals to 9. So we got the coordinates of our point B as the 9 comma 11. Okay, so now let's take our S, which is of your alpha comma beta, and A, which is of your 12 comma 7, and B, which is of your 9 comma 11. Okay, now from this we can take SA equals to SB, and squaring on both the sides, we will be getting our x minus 2. It means alpha minus 12 whole square plus beta minus 7 whole square is equals to, you can just do the same also, alpha minus 9 whole square plus beta minus 11 whole square. Okay, so if you simplify this, you will be getting your required points alpha and beta. Clear everyone? Now moving to the next. If alpha comma beta is the orthocenter of the triangle with the vertices, then find the quadratic equation. So the same, this question is same like our previous question. So you can take it as your homework. Okay. Now moving to the next, end of the question, end of the session. Yes. So coming to the end of the session, everyone, if you are having any doubts, kindly scan this Google form QR and just give your doubts, and we will clear all your doubts. Okay. Now coming to the another important thing, we will plan for another sessions also, and if you need update regarding all those sessions, kindly join our Telegram channel by scanning this QR code. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Bye everyone. We will meet in our next class.